I'm always fascinated by like stuff that you put into yourself and it becomes. That's what I was most amazed about when I had a kitten and how my bag of cat food just turned into a bigger cat. Like I watched the bag of cat food go down. And I watched the cat get bigger from like one bag of cat food. It's a shame that you don't see it when you're fully grown.
But it got me thinking. So when you work out and you lose weight, what's happening? Where is that going? Like, what's the inverse of the cat eating food and getting bigger? If you work out and get smaller, what happens to the extra you?
This is a good question, as it touches on the fact that while most people know what goes into their bodies, they don't really know what's going on the inside or what comes out the other end. In order for you to stay at the same weight, or more correctly the same mass, the amount you consume must be matched by the amount of waste that you produce. Before we jump to the answer of where does the fat go, let's quickly have a look at the different ways you can add mass or lose mass from your body. The first two ways that you can add mass are pretty obvious: eating and drinking. As soon as you eat that last donut or finish off that soft drink, you've added mass to your body. Complex chemical reactions will start to take place to turn that food into the chemical building blocks that your body needs, potentially including fats. But the mass will not change through this process. The other way to add mass to your body is a little less obvious until you actually think about it. When you breathe in, you're putting a chemical mixture into your body. Your lungs then pull useful chemicals from this into your blood. So every time you inhale, you actually gain a little bit of extra weight, and you lose a little bit every time you exhale. Now let's look at a few ways that you can expel matter from your body and reduce your mass. The first methods are again pretty obvious. Fecal matter is formed from the indigestible parts of your food, along with a collection of waste proteins, typically dead cells, that are brought to your intestines from your blood. Once as many of the nutrients are removed as possible, the feces are removed from the body via defecation. Since the source of matter here is generally quickly replaced, either as new cells are grown or as new food is eaten, this loss of mass doesn't actually have a long-term effect on your overall mass. You can see this as sort of a short cycle which replenishes itself quickly. Next is urine. Urine is mostly water, which is used to dilute various chemicals that have been filtered out of your blood. Most of these chemicals are the byproducts of chemical reactions inside your body. Because most of these chemicals are never stored in the body, and most of the mass of the urine is from the water you'd be drinking anyway, urine is not the method by which mass from fat is lost. Similar to urine, sweat is mostly water, which also contains various chemicals from the blood. In fact, although the concentration of these chemicals is much lower in sweat, sweat actually contains many of the same chemicals that are found in urine. So this means when people say that the ingredients of urine can be found in a swimming pool, it's most likely just that people are sweating in it, which is kind of a relief. Another way that you can also lose mass is simply to have parts of your body fall off. Specifically, hair and skin cells do this all the time, but obviously they're not taking any fat with them. So this brings us back to breathing. The chemical that your body needs from the air is oxygen, or O2, and the main waste chemical that you breathe out is carbon dioxide. So here you can actually see that every time you breathe out, you are getting rid of one carbon atom for each molecule of oxygen that you needed. If we look at the chemistry of fats in the body, we can also predict that this would have been our method for losing weight. Fats are long chains of carbon atoms, surrounded by much lighter hydrogen atoms, with the occasional oxygen atom thrown in. When fats are burned in the body, they follow the same reaction as combustion. They combine with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. Since it was the carbon that held the vast majority of the mass in the fat, your fat is basically removed by whatever means carbon is removed from the body. So you literally lose weight with every breath you take.